Hello everybody and welcome along to what is a very special occasion here at Traxion HQ because we have got our hands, yes, we actually have our hands on a preview build of EA SPORTS WRC. I can't wait to finally try out this game on camera and talk you through some of my thoughts heading into the game. Of course, it is just a preview build, it's not the final version or anything like that, so this video is not a review, this is a preview talking about what I feel and what I'm expecting from the final release and showing you some of the cool features. In fact, there's actually going to be a pair of videos coming out very shortly. So this is video one, where I'm going to be playing through some of the stages and just getting a feel for the gameplay and how the overall picture feels. But then in the second video, which will be coming along on the Traxion channel immediately after this one, I'm going to be going through some of the special features that are new for EA SPORTS WRC. So if you want to see all about the car builder, the career mode structure, regulation rally, all those sorts of things, please do stick around and watch the second video. But watch this one first, because I have a lot to talk about with this game, and I have to say, from my very early impressions, I am excited. As a rally fan, I am excited. If you're a rally fan, you should be excited, because this might just be, with some caveats, the rally game we've all been waiting for. It really might be. So here we are on the menu of EA Sports WRC, and the first thing I'm going to talk about actually is something that you won't be able to pick up from this video, so you'll have to take my word. The music, it's brilliant. It just gets you in the mood. It's got the right tone, the right style, I feel, for a game like this. Obviously we can't show you that right now just in case of copyright issues, but when you play it for yourself, you'll see what I mean. Now, of course, there are 17 locations to pick from launch, over 200 stages in this game, which is huge, massive for dirt rally fans who haven't had that many stages to pick from in the past. I think for our first shot here, we're going to go with Rally Chile, because that's the most recent WRC event to have finished, and it's kind of standard classic gravel rally, which is what we want to really just test out how things are feeling. You could already see at the start there, 34.7 kilometers for stage 1, so that is the kind of length we're talking about here. This is WRC Generations length of stages, not the Codemasters franchise, so that's massive. Let's take on the 10th stage here, Rio Claro, 8.2 kilometers, should be around about the right length. We'll go dry conditions, and for a car, I think the best place to start would be the current generation of rally cars. So we've got the Rally 1 hybrids, you've got the Hyundai, Toyota, and the Ford. I think I'm going to go with the Puma, just because I think it's very cool. And here we are, Rally Chile. Now I have to say, I am so excited to share the gameplay with you and some thoughts, because so far you've seen videos, you've seen how it actually looks, but you want to know probably how it feels from someone who's not actually within the Codemasters and EA Sports family. And oh, you're in for a treat, honestly. I'm so excited about this. There are caveats, which I think I'll cover first, just so that there's no elephants left hanging around in the room. Just before we start the stage, going into vehicle setup, I just want to show you this. So you've got a boost option for the Rally 1 cars, and in here you can choose whether to go for a cautious, balanced, or aggressive approach to your hybrid. Now that means that you don't actually have to press a button manually during the stage to deploy boost, which is great. It just controls it for you, but you can set how aggressively you want it to come in. So I think we'll go with balanced. Gonna put my gloves on, gonna hit start. Now I'm using the Fanatec CSL DD wheelbase, which is 5 Newton meters, just for context. And that is a new co-driver voice. Okay then, let's hold our handbrake, which we're using the paddles for. We've got the sequential shifter for the Rally 1 car set up. I'm brand new to the stage, so we'll take it nice and easy. Obviously, trying to drive and listen to a co-driver at the same time. Not the easiest thing, so please excuse the terrible driving. And I think I want to deal with the elephant in the room first, as I was saying, and that is the performance issues. Now, again, I need to absolutely reiterate that currently this game is in preview build. This is not the final version, so this is no way a review. If you want to see our full review, make sure you subscribe to the channel and watch it when it's uploaded, when this game releases in November. But on the preview build, there's definitely some performance issues. I mean, you may see some screen stutters, some low frame rates at points. We've turned the graphics down to make it as clean as possible, so I think the preset currently is at medium. And we've got a fairly beefy PC, so it's not like we don't have the hardware to deal with it, but I'm really hoping that EA and Codemasters are working on optimization before the launch. That's the big thing I want, because honestly, aside from those performance niggles at this stage, first impressions are so positive. Now you may already be able to see it, but the flow that this game gives you on these gravel stages is just second to none. Honestly, you can drive a stage that you've never seen before in your life in an unfamiliar car and just applying a little bit of rally knowledge and experience on previous rally games, I can just get into such a good rhythm so quickly. The force feedback settings are all on default as it stands. I've had a play around with steering linearity and stuff like that, trying to get it feeling good. I've got 540 degrees of rotation on the Fanatec, but honestly, just leaving it as default is a perfectly good starting point for a direct drive wheel in my experience so far. But the steering's got a really nice weight to it. You can feel the bumps underneath you. You feel very connected to the road, which is always a big thing during a rally game. You need to feel like you know what's happening underneath you. And with this game, it really gives you that. But it's also the perfect blend of realism and what I think rallying should feel like, and accessibility and playability. I genuinely believe that, because I'm someone who's done, a lot of rally games. I've played Dirt Rally 2.0 a lot. I've played the WRC games briefly. I've also played RBR on PC. Yes, I am one of those people that's put a lot of time into RBR and mods for RBR. And I think it feels incredible, but obviously there are lots of negatives that come along with that, using the modded content and everything's old and it doesn't look as good. But I feel like this just strikes such a nice balance of feeling more realistic and weighty and just more developed than the physics did in Dirt Rally 2.0, but also capturing some of the magic from Richard Burns Rally whilst delivering it in a package that looks good, and it is up to date and is modern and is official. We've got official WRC content in this. We've got lots of historic content, just everything. I do feel like the physics and the handling encourage you to find that rhythm and find that flow. That's bad. Okay, if we just ignore that slight blot in the copybook, just going to go quiet for a little bit and let you hear the engine sounds and the game sounds.
Into 5 right, into 5 left over crest, into 6 right, slowing and open hairpin left. 50.
It sounds good. It really does. The engine sounds aggressive, the gravel rash. The co-driver has an immersive sound going on with the audio. My one small gripe in terms of the gameplay itself, and it's a small, subtle thing, is if I change camera view here, I'm going to slow right down. And if I run in this cockpit camera, you can see the driver's arms and stuff. Now, there is actually a slight delay between my inputs in real life and what's on the screen in this preview build. Now, what I would say is it's definitely not input lag, because when you're in the options and you turn the wheel, it's perfectly in sync with what you see on the screen, so it's not input lag. The game knows your inputs are there, and I believe the physics also know that your inputs are there at the moment that they arrive. But visually, on the steering wheel, it can't quite keep up, and if you're running from this camera angle, it's a little bit harder to find the flow because it doesn't quite match up. Now, again, hopefully this is something they can address before the game launches, and the way to avoid it when you're using a steering wheel is obviously to run from a different camera angle. So run from the bonnet, run from this dashboard cam that I like, or run without the steering wheel and arms on in the interior. Coming up to the finish. And that's it. Stage 1, EA Sports WRC. This is it, guys. If you're a rally fan like I am, and you're a gamer, and you've been waiting for a good rally game, a complete rally game that ticks all the boxes, we're getting so close. We really are. I'm just so hoping this can be optimized for launch, because the potential is just massive. And you can see the smile on my face. Like, I am loving every minute of this. Okay, I think it's probably appropriate to try out a tarmac stage as well. Let's go with Rally Japan, as that's the next round of the World Rally Championship. Now, in terms of a car, you may have noticed in the background a very special Vauxhall Astra. So we're going to go F2 kit car and actually just try out front wheel drive as well. You can see there's so many interesting, rare cars that you can play in this game. I've just backed out by accident. You've got stuff like the Escort Mark 6, the Megane, and of course, the Vauxhall Astra, the likes of Mark Higgins took to the British Rally Championship. A proper screaming 2-litre F2 kit car. This will sound great as well as the Rally 1 car, and we're going to try that on the tarmac and just try something a bit different.
Good luck.
Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 60, 4 left, 30.
And straight away, the force feedback feels heavier. The car feels a bit more cumbersome. Now we're just going to take it nice and easy, try and learn the stage a little bit. There's your front wheel drive slip, unable to get the power down. Absolutely wringing the neck out of this 2-litre engine. I'm so happy this car is in a game because I'm a big fan of watching old, British Rally Championship videos on YouTube and stuff, and this is one of those cars I've always wanted to drive in a sim. Yes, I did call it a sim. Now, my immediate reaction is I don't feel quite as connected to the road with this combination as I did with the previous, with the Rally 1 car and the gravel. Maybe it's the car being more modern and better technology and four-wheel drive. Maybe it's the tarmac not quite being as good as the gravel. I'm not sure, but first impressions of this are still great. I still feel like I can push it and really feel where the limits are, but I just don't feel quite as connected to the road as I did on the gravel. Whoa. I actually did my bars test this year, so theoretically I can go out and get a rally license, and I am planning on at some point to do some rallying. But that doesn't mean I can be the perfect judge of this because I've not driven a rally car on tarmac. I've driven race cars, of course, on hill climbs and stuff. But we're really going to need to hear from a rally driver how this actually feels relative to real stuff. But for my very limited gravel experience in a rally car, that felt awesome. That felt absolutely awesome. Just the feeling of the movement underneath you, the feeling of sliding around yet being completely in control of what the car's going to do. It's just so satisfying. What's the caution for? Ah, that's what the caution's for. Just about got away with it. Gonna be quiet for a bit and just let you hear the sounds.
And 5 right, 80. Caution, 5 left, long, tightens 3, long, opens over crest, 40, slight left over crest, and slight right, slowing. Okay, that's a 4-minute.
Again, no control over the line, but that's it for tarmac. I'd certainly be interested to try the tarmac with a modern four-wheel drive car just to see how that felt, because don't get me wrong, it still felt great, but it wasn't quite the level as the gravel stage before it. Right, I'm going to try and cram one more stage into our time limit here. The thing is with this game, with all of these locations, we of course have our official WRC rallies from this year. I think there's 13 of them, but we also have some, not fictional locations, but other rallies that aren't official WRC rallies currently that are in the game. So stuff like the Rally Pacifico here, which I believe is based on the likes of Indonesia. And we're going to try wet conditions as well, just to see how that looks. I want to pick the car that excited me the most when I first saw the car list. Not because it's a legend or incredible or anything like that, just because it's a car that I always loved watching when I was younger. It was always an underdog. It was never super successful, but it was very bright and very noisy. The Cordoba WRC, of course, the Seat. Now, I have turned the graphics up slightly to try and show the rain a little bit more, so we'll see what that does to the performance. Underway, and you can see the damp nature of the stage. Doesn't seem to be raining on me at the moment. It's just a wet surface, but that makes sense for a time trial mode. Oh, I'm driving a Seat Cordoba on a rally sim. Another different gravel rally, and again, instantly, I just feel like I'm in the flow with this. It's just bouncing from corner to corner, sliding the car, the force feedback giving me all the info I need, nothing less, nothing more. It just all feels manageable. It's got the accessibility and the playability of Dirt Rally 2.0, but with all of the fancy features that the WRC series had from Kiloton, and the logs and pain from Richard Burns Rally. Another reminder, of course, that if you do want to hear more about the features that have been added to this game, do stick around on the channel and watch out for this next video that will be coming out straight after. It might already be there if you're not watching this premiere live, because that video really will answer the question of whether this game has the potential or not to be the ultimate rally experience. I hope you lot have enjoyed this video. I've obviously had a whale of a time playing this game, and I'm really excited for you all to try it. But, of course, this is just one person's opinion. I hope I don't overhype this for you guys. But at the same time, it's fun to be this excited about a game. Yes, there are concerns. There are things that still need to be improved for the launch for this to be the perfect rally game. Don't get me wrong, but so much of it they've just got right. And I want to hear down in the comments below whether or not you will be picking this game up on launch. I will be. Whoa, this is steep. Oh my goodness. Careful. do make sure you subscribe to the Traxion channel to catch all of our future EA Sports WRC videos and videos about every other racing game under the sun. And hit the like button if you've enjoyed this one. I'll hopefully see you lot over in the other video. But regardless of whether I do or not, thank you so much for watching, keep it pinned, and have a great day.